I think just really understanding the community in this area is so important, and it's so exciting to see people truly invest. If you invest in this community invests in you, and I really believe that. It's just really is like a huge extended family. When you hurt, they hurt, and that's sort of the policy that we've adopted.
Over the years, with the industry leaving this area in Scioto County, many of the communities here, that is their only identity. A lot of unemployment, a lot of folks that don't have jobs, can't find jobs, and everyone identifies with the school. And I think the folks here saw and felt great danger of this school leaving this community, of what would happen to this community. And I think they were very right in their thinking. This community probably would have just dried up and gone away without its school. And I think that's what drove them. And I think they were very passionate about it 10 years ago, and I think they're very passionate about it still today.
I don't think that people understand that when you tread upon people of our demographic, it doesn't defeat them, it makes them stronger. So in a way, we're very grateful for the way we were treated for a number of years, because it has made us a better community and a stronger community.
I think East opened up in 1917 as Sciotoville School, and then I believe it was 1922, we joined the Portsmouth City. And for many, many, many years, we got what was left of when they got new, we got what they had, and left over. We got the hand-me-downs, and we accepted that.
In 2000, the superintendent, Dr. Robert Weinfertner of the Portsmouth City School District, issued a press release that it was their board's intent to close East High School. This facility at the time was operating as a 7 through 12. When they made that announcement, it concerned our community and fired up our community. In essence, I think they awakened a sleeping giant. We begged them not to do this. We actually showed them where it was in their best to their financial benefit not to close this facility. It was also to their academic benefit, yet they chose to go ahead and close this school under the guise that it would save their districts millions of dollars, which didn't happen. So we were forced to several options. One, we could go ahead and stay within the Portsmouth City School District, but have our kids bused to that school in downtown Portsmouth, which for some students would be over an hour bus ride every day, one way. The other option was for our students to open enroll in neighboring districts. We felt this wasn't a viable option, as it would weaken our community. So that option we didn't think was such a great one. Our third option was to become a charter school. And after exploring those options, we settled unanimously to become a charter school.
When we first started working on the educational end of it, normally to be a community school, they told us it would take us a year and a half to get our contract together to be able to send to the state to see whether they would approve it or not. And we did ours over one summer. We took it to the state. It was a unanimous decision on their part, which they've never done that before. There was always maybe one or two individuals would vote against the community schools, or so then once we got that authorization, we went to work.
A lot of effort was placed into opening the facility from a physical standpoint. About everybody in our community suddenly became painters, carpenters, tile cutters.
A lot of people did a lot of things that a lot of people aren't aware of, just from painting to doing different things to make sure that our kids could stay here and be Tartans. And a Tartan is a very Tartan is a Scottish warrior, and we try to instill in our kids how important it is to fight for what you believe in. And we all believe that our school is worth fighting for, and we truly believe that. If we didn't, we wouldn't be open today.
Our governing board is the voice of our community. If we know our community doesn't want us to go down a certain path, we won't go that. However, if there's a goal that our community has in mind for our school, we'll pursue it with all vigor.
I only spent 1 year here in 5th and 6th, but the deficit of academic learning was just so prevalent. It was just very apparent that, I mean, we're talking 2, 3, sometimes 4 grade levels behind. We would be getting 5th and 6th graders who couldn't identify letters of the alphabet sometimes.
I think we just really saw a need for getting the students earlier, for really creating that base level of knowledge. Having the opportunity to start one from scratch and start an elementary K-6 was an amazing opportunity.
It just would never fail. You could be at Walmart, you could be at Kroger, anywhere, and someone would just come up and go, "When are you guys opening an elementary?" You know, we're so happy with what's happening in the 512. You know, we love the high school, but we want to send our kids somewhere, you know. And so they just were begging. I mean, the community was begging for a K-4 presence, and so that kind of, you know, inspired people to say, okay, there's a need, let's try to find a way to make it happen. And, you know, our board members went and testified to legislators about the success of the school, and they said, okay, let's give it a try, and try we did, and here we are.
The area, the county, lacks jobs, and as a result, we have more unemployed people, more people who need assistance from the government and that type of thing. And so consequently, the neighborhoods have deteriorated since we grew up, and there hasn't, without having jobs, there hasn't been a great opportunity to renovate and rebuild the community in that. And I think someday that will take place, and probably the catalyst for that will be this school.
One thing I'm very proud of, 2 years ago, of course, the economy and all, but they found out there was some kids that went home and didn't have food to eat. One of the teachers here came up with the idea with backpacks.
We've had many families who have been sitting in dining room stating, you know, talking among themselves as a family unit, isn't this wonderful? We wouldn't have had any food today if it hadn't been for this program. Because we have students sometimes that have no running water, no utilities at all. For one day, they'll get 2 meats, 2 fruits, 2 breakfast, you know, that type of thing. And then they get that times the number of kids that are in the home. We have kids come in like this a lot of times when they need things, and then when they leave, they're standing up straight, that chin is up. My kids are crying, you know, they're so happy with what they've done because they see, they know.
You know, we get a lot of support from the community, you know, as far as sending their students here. They could send them to a school that's got air conditioning in every room. But I don't think they could send them to a school that's got any more technology than what we've got. We've got more technology in the elementary and the high school than the other public schools in the county.
We are really fortunate. Last year we were awarded a $200,000 grant from the Ohio Department of Education, and we were able to purchase technology for every classroom.
Every day I'm using a smart board and technology where I can research right on. If a kid has a question, we can go straight to the internet on the smart board and we can look it up as a group. We're connected to the world. I use laptops, smart tables, pretty much anything you can think of we have in our classrooms. And this is stuff that our kids don't see on a regular basis outside of the school. Most of them can't afford these types of technologies. And to be productive for the 21st century, they have to have that access to it now.
Well, one of the top priorities of our board right now, and of course that falls to me as well as superintendent, is to work to try to attain new facilities for the school. This This school building here, parts of it are almost 100 years old. The new part of this building is over 50 years old, and SEA is in modular units without normal facilities of a school, of any public school.
The biggest challenge at the elementary level would be our facility. We are currently in modular buildings. We don't have an attached restroom or cafeteria, so a lot of our day-to-day travels to breakfast, to the restroom, to lunch has to be in the rain or in the snow, or so, you know, and our teachers, we've really adapted well to that.
We have to leave the building to go to the restroom, and it takes a long time. There's 3 stalls for each of the children, the boys' stalls and the girls' stalls. So it takes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to get them all in and out, because you just have to have the time to go in and use the restroom.
It's not a perfect situation by any means, but we make it work. But that's our biggest issue, is the facility.
We're also well aware of the fact that we need to be progressive and move forward with facilities, because as beautiful as that building is to all of us, we still realize that it's a 100-year-old building.
In 5 years, where do I see us? Excellent with distinction, as rated by the state. I think that, you know, that's our obligation to our students with all of our activities. We don't ever want to get away from that, because those things are important in the whole picture, in the big picture. But academically, we have to be excellent. And then I also, in the next 5 years, see us hopefully being able to upgrade our facilities. We own land, and we hope that someday we'll be able to put new facilities on that land to be able to better serve our students.
We love and care for every kid that's here. They're part of our family. We want them to feel the love and support that every kid should feel. Not just because of where they are, they should feel loved and supported. And we do that. We really want the kids to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. And that no matter where they are in life, they should never let where they come from dictate where they should go. We really want the kids to feel successful and to feel like they're a part of an amazing place.